Hello, Potato. Today, I feel like something sweet. And since recently, we did try some new to me at least, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which were honestly just kind of disappointing in their lack of uniqueness. They all just kind of tasted the same, regardless of the add-on in them. But with that in mind, I thought today we would check out a couple different types of Twix. Left stick, right stick, but there's left and right in two different directions, or I guess upper and lower. I don't know how you want to classify that. I think that was kind of a dumb promotional campaign anyways, although I guess I remember it, so it must have been somewhat successful. So we have here Twix Salted Caramel and Twix Cookie Dough Share Size, because we don't call things king size anymore. I mean, basically what you have here is 2 packs. So you have like 1 pack for you, 1 pack for somebody else, or 1 pack for you now and 1 pack later. Or indeed, if you're particularly hungry, 2 packs for now. Best by is October, so we are within date. Oh, that one's not till next year. So each, they have to call it share size, but that's actually, so it considers 1 stick to be 1 serving, which really means this one must be impressive because it's 200 calories per serving. Is the serving size different on this? Okay, no. Okay. So that's, and this is why, ladies, gentlemen, and anyone in between, serving sizes, nutrition labels don't freaking work. So we have what is essentially the same product, similar packaging from the same manufacturer, bought at the same store, and so this drastically different calorie size. 100 calories per serving, 4 servings per pack. 200 calories per serving, which when I first thought was like, wow, these are like really, really high calorie Twix, but no, it's 2 servings per pack. So same manufacturer, same basic product, same retailer, but for some reason the serving size is twice as much. And it's not like it's even saying the calories are particularly different. There does appear to be a lot more fat, and no, there doesn't. There's less. Because there's 4.5 grams of fat in 1 Twix here, 11 grams in 2 here, so a little bit more. I mean, how are you supposed to work with that? Is it because of that? Is it because the salted caramel has the same sodium for 1 stick as the cookie dough has for 2? Is that why we're doing this? Is that why we're playing this ridiculous game? I mean, I know if you're eating this, you're not concerned with like your health particularly to begin with, but can we at least have consistent, I mean, serving sizes are kind of a joke anyways. They're like done in ounces, and nobody measures that on, how many ounces of breakfast cereal they have. And then you pull stuff like this where, just to keep that salt layer down. That's the only thing I can see that's like particularly different when you do the math anyways, is the sodium is exactly the same for twice as much Twix as it is for the salted caramel, for the salted caramel. Salted caramel is as much for 1 Twix as it is for 2 Twix in the cookie dough. But otherwise, the fat is actually a little bit less. Cholesterol's higher for the cookie dough, in that there is some, 1% of your day. There's less than 1 gram of protein per stick here, 2 grams for 2 sticks, so probably about 1 gram of each. Because that's ridiculous. I did not think this video was going to go there, but Twix has managed to annoy me. Congratulations, Twix. Who's Twix? Twix Nestle. Who makes Twix? Twix is Twix.com. That's not helpful. Who makes American Twix? Contains bioengineered food ingredients. Oh no. Well, that really is Halloween season, isn't it? I don't remember who makes Twix, and it's not leaping out on here to me, so, oh well, never mind. So, we have a cookie dough, we have salted caramel, and apparently you can eat twice as many cookie doughs for twice as many calories, and that's still considered 1 serving. You know that IKEA has a candy that looks similar to this, very different flavor, but similar in appearance. All right, so we have our cookie dough and our salted caramel. Cookie dough looks like a little oxidized. Now these have been in the fridge because it's, still 100 degrees every day here. So these have been in the fridge. That may have caused some of that oxidation. Or maybe that, was this the one that expires first? This is the one that goes off in October of this year. This one goes off next April. So it could also just be that this is a little bit older. So let's check out our cookie dough. Let's give it a good break open if I can. So you can see our cookie layer. There's our layer of cookie dough, cream, artificial flavored cookie stuff. And then our caramel. Caramel could be a little bit harder to break, yeah, because it's got caramel. And I mean, this one basically just looks like a normal Twix, probably. You know, there's salt in the caramel, but there's no like salt crystals or anything sprinkled on anywhere to make it look fancier. Let's give them a try. Well, let's give them a sniff. Yeah, it sort of smells like cookies. That just kind of smells like a normal Twix, but this does have like a higher, sweeter smell. Which, yeah, smells kind of like the filling in a cookie-flavored Oreo, which is a thing that's weird that exists. But yeah, so they are... I feel like that one's going to probably be too sweet for me. So let's try the salted caramel first. The one with a super high level of sodium. Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, it does. It tasted like salted caramel. It tastes like pretty much every salted caramel thing I've had. Get a little bit of salt flavor left like under the bottom of my tongue now that I'm done chewing it, which is also normal for me with salted caramels. That's not bad. I mean, as far as sodium goes, you're buying something that has like salt in the name. I don't know what you'd expect. That it's going to have twice as much salt as the non-salty one, but it's fine. It's not bad. At least this one should taste different. Where the Reese's tasted like exactly the same, these should at least taste very different. Let's give it a try. Well, it's not as overly sweet as I thought it was going to be. I thought it would be like really just like way too sweet, and it's actually not. Obviously, it's sweeter than our salted one here, but I'm not really getting much of the cookie dough flavor. I mean, I got the salted caramel. That tastes like a salty Twix, basically, but this one, I'm not getting a lot of the cookie, or the cookie dough. I get the texture of the cookie dough. I definitely get the texture of it. It's a very different texture than the caramel. But yeah, I also may have a little bit of salt with my mouth, because I'm getting like that salty feeling again at like the back of my tongue. Can we get some of this cookie dough out of here on its own to try? Let me get it separated from the chocolate. Just want to try a little bit of this cookie dough stuff on its own as much as possible and see what that's like. It's tougher than I thought it would be. It's almost got like a nougaty texture. It leaves like a slightly oily, creamy residue in your mouth. But yeah, it doesn't have any flavor. It doesn't really taste of anything. It's almost entirely a texture thing. That's interesting that they've made that choice. But yeah, I thought it would be like, have the consistency of like a Oreo filling, but it's more of a nougaty texture. That kind of dissolves into oil and kind of coat your mouth a little bit. Yeah, that's just kind of disappointing. I'm not getting cookie dough flavor out of there like really at all. Even just eating some of the cookie dough on its own, I'm not really getting cookie dough. It's kind of disappointing. I mean, the salted caramel Twix is basically just a normal Twix with extra salt. But it actually tastes like what it's supposed to taste like. It tastes like salted caramel and a Twix cookie and chocolate. As where the cookie dough just kind of tastes like the cookie bar and sweet, and is honestly kind of disappointing. I was expecting, first of all, I mean, also look at that fill on the package and look at that fill in there. That's like literally an air gap between the cookie dough and the cookie. It's okay. It's not, if I had to choose between the two, even with that higher sodium level, I definitely would go with the salted caramel. If I had to get one and could only get one, this would be the one I would get. If, of course, I have a whole rack of candy bars in front of me and I have to get a candy bar, I probably wouldn't get either of these. I'd get something else, like a Snickers. Preferably, especially those peanut butter Snickers. Those are really good. Well, that's, again, for something I thought that was going to be really mundane and basic and kind of dull, this ended up being a little bit more than I thought it was going to, both in my just ranting about portion sizes and just the fact that the cookie dough one's kind of disappointing. But that is what that is. That's why we try new things, to have new experiences, right? So I hope you found this at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.